In the climate change series, we invite journalists from Asia to submit ideas about climate change that connect like policy with everyday realities on the ground from within the region. At this workshop, we brought together the journalists whose ideas on climate change stories we selected for them to write about as an in-depth story. And we also got them to learn a bit more about climate change.
At times people are taking climate change as standalone, but mainly, it is related to everything. So they need to look into what's happening in the development sector, because then climate change will impact on all sectors. It's not a standalone. So that's...
Well, I think when we communicate to a specific group of viewers. So you have to find relevant something. Of course, you need to have a scientific backup that is related to the climate change. But I think in every area, try to find something filmable and tangible and close to the people before you link to the large picture.
Well, it's not just climate change, but reporting on environment in general needs a kind of reporter who can see linkages, which means that we have to unlearn what we were taught in journalism schools, where we were taught to be event-driven, that we cover events, to rather being more process-driven, where we look at trends and look at changes.
And workshops like these where you bring in mid-career journalists and you give them a real crash course in this new kind of reporting that's required.
It's very difficult for journalists like me to understand clearly what is real climate change, what is impact or something like that. I think the workshop is very, very useful because we have opportunity to integrate the topic that I like, and we have the funding to do all the activity. So I hope in the near future there are more Vietnamese journalists can receive the fellowship from IPS.
I think that the stories are quite a good diverse mix. Journalists came with clear ideas of what they wanted to find out and what kind of information and sourcing as well as travel they wanted to do. Next is we'll have to see how they actually execute the plans, whether they capture the nuances of first climate change and then second the impact that this has on the communities that they said they would cover. We will have to see, I think, in the next 2 months or so.